Well, it's the road to Rio.
That's me, Mark Watson.
Yeah, and that's me, Henning Wynn.
Massive him.
Well, what can you say about us? We're neighbours.
Let's stick together.
Both work as comedians.
We're comedians.
If I ever meet Pele, I'm going to call him Phil.
I'm English, of course. And
Yeah, German.
you're German.
Oh, blimey, Governor.
We're bonded by our love of football.
And this year is World Cup year, so we're on a South American road trip. It's a slightly unusual road trip because I can't drive.
Well, I'm not quite sure how I managed this.
But you always point out you're very good at reading maps.
Carry on. Go along. We're visiting all 6 South American countries involved in this year's finals.
Tracking down former World Cup legends.
Chile, Chile.
And hopefully discover the secrets of this continent's football success. So join us on the road to Rio.
Rio 2014!
Well, every good journey starts with a map
There it is, lovely map.
of Uruguay, yes, in South America. So it's a bit like Scotland, a proud nation defined by a rivalry with a bigger neighbour.
Yeah, unlike Scotland though, they're quite good at football. They've lifted the World Cup twice, and this year with the likes of Suarez and Cavani, they're back in the finals, in England's group, in fact.
Yeah, and if they reach the final, they'll meet Germany. So we must uncover the secrets of their footballing success. Is it something to do with their fighting spirit? To find out, we meet the man who wrote the rule book and unleash our inner macho.
Down there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, sorry, Rose. You
We risk a kick around with one of the toughest defenders ever.
It is mainly me taking the risk.
And we meet South America's most famous commentator, the man who shouts, "Goal!"
Here we are. Montevideo.
Uruguay, mate.
It's brilliant.
Where is the, the car?
Well, it will be one of them.
Yeah, I think we need to be a bit more specific than that. I think we need to find the actual car that's ours, don't we?
Nah, I think in South America they're very laid back, as long as you bring it back on time.
Right. Is this going to work? Okay, watch all 200,000 cars
Yeah.
until one of them goes...
Here it is.
Oh, wow, that works.
Yeah.
You better take the keys, I suppose, as the sole driver.
I mean, I must admit, I haven't driven for 10 years.
Yeah, we're perfect people to do a road trip, aren't we? Uruguayans are obsessed with football. We want to see a bit of the country that hosted and won the first World Cup in 1930, an era when players' shorts were longer than modern trousers, and the ball was so heavy it had to be moved around the pitch by tractor.
Is that true?
I'm an exaggerator.
Well, that obviously requires you being able to do basic navigation. So where's the hotel then?
My navigation is not brilliant.
So-
Okay, go along.
I would almost say we're going back on ourselves.
Keep driving. Is that specific enough directions?
Maybe it's almost better to look out the window if you can't read the map.
I can read it. I didn't say I couldn't read the map. I just don't understand the map. Carry on. Go along.
That Oxbridge education, that was worth every penny.
Well, I didn't do map reading.
After about 10 laps around the capital, the supposedly intelligent Watson has not got us any nearer to the hotel. I don't know about you, I could do with something to eat now. Skip all that hotel nonsense and find somewhere nice to eat. I'm absolutely Hank Marvin.
I always forget that you're about to lapse into Cockney rhyming slang. Something about your accent doesn't necessarily predict it.
What, you're saying my accent doesn't lend itself to Cockney rhyming slang?
It's just not the first thing one expects.
Well, your face doesn't lend itself to wearing sunglasses.
I'll lend myself to your face in a minute. Yes, Henning's so hungry that he's started talking like a diamond geezer, so we decided to just get some food.
Yeah, good idea. Uruguayans, they love meat. And here's an interesting fact, Mark. There are more cows in the country than people.
Although the nation's restaurants are doing their best to redress the balance. God, I've never seen so much meat.
Look
With
at
that. It's like a glimpse of Eden, isn't it, Henning? A perfect form of the world where all other goods have been replaced by steaks. There's the Uruguayan team.
Where is the wine team?
Well, they're not actually here, but there's
yeah.
pictures of them. The focus of the market, it's fair to say, is meat city. They eat a lot of meat, unconnected. They ride a lot of horses. They have an 80-day carnival season.
That, I think, is excessive.
It's a long
But
time,
it seems
isn't
a
it?
quite excessive country anyway. Because, I mean,
Just look at the size of your beard.
A beer here is about the size of a horse.
I mean, that's being grown next to a nuclear reactor.
They've hugely overachieved. They've won 2 World Cups, Olympic football as well. They were 4th in the last World Cup.
Imagine they've only got 3 million people living here.
Well, 3.4 million, actually. But this is why you have me here, so you don't make embarrassing mistakes like that.
Some people suggest that their football success might have something to do with this protein-heavy diet producing such great athletes.
Less imaginative people think it's down to them being very good at playing football.
I mean, maybe meat is the sort of secret ingredient in the Uruguayan success. They certainly, on this evidence, they eat quite large slabs of meat. This is enormous.
So, full of bull, we begin our South American mission in earnest. We're heading for Montevideo's Estadio Centenario.
Very nice.
I make that sound good, don't I?
Sounds so Spanish. This is the centrepiece of the very first World Cup finals in 1930.
The Uruguayans made most of their home advantage and they won the thing.
Local expert Ignacio Benedito, something like that anyway, he's agreed to show us around the stadium.
Yeah, and that means we can drop our original plan of bribing the security guard with a steak sandwich. Well, they haven't done anything to it since 1930, have they?
Almost no change. This is a tunnel of time. I invite you to come to a journey of 84 years ago to the first World Cup. Please take a breath and welcome to the Estadio Centenario.
Wow!
You can really feel it. Yeah. Oh, look at this.
A world football temple.
And you just imagine it, 93,000 people.
It would be an incredible moment.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Imagine scoring a goal and all the supporters cheering for you.
Unfortunately, I can only imagine it.
Yeah.
Look at this. The pitch is in good condition,
Yeah,
considering,
good condition.
considering the grass is 84 years old.
Unfortunately, I get a bit carried away here.
You look a right picture there, Watson.
There you are.
So this is my church. And the
Yeah,
church of many Uruguayans, millions of Uruguayans.
Do you think that is partly because Uruguay won the World Cup here, like the first ever World Cup?
Partly yes. When we are born, we are born not crying. We are born screaming goal. So
Really? Uruguayan babies scream goal?
yeah,
Do they do it like the commentators?
This-
Goal!
yeah, that's it.
English babies are born muttering things like, we were robbed. Or, that was over the line against Germany.
Yeah. Why is it that Uruguay was chosen to host the first World Cup?
Yeah, it's a long way.
Yeah.
No
Was-
disrespect.
Uruguay was the first American champion in 1916 in Argentina, and then Uruguay also became champion in the 24, 28 for the Olympic Games. Also because Uruguay was gonna make an economical support for all the
They
national
paid for all the
teams.
teams to come over
Yeah.
on a boat. They all came on a boat together, the European teams.
3 of the European national teams came on a same boat. The journey was of 15 days. They stopped in Rio to pick up the Brazilian
To pick up
national
the
team,
Brazil team. That's
and
funny,
also
that.
they pick up some fruits and vegetables like lemons, oranges.
Yeah, 'cause-
That's how the halftime orange was invented.
yeah, that's right. It
We
was-
always think it was invented in England, but it wasn't. It was teams that going to the World Cup in 1930. And in the final, Uruguay overcame Argentina thanks to 3 second-half goals.
Incredibly, not all their players had a full complement of limbs,
How bizarre.
In the second half, Uruguay won 4-2.
including a goal by a one-armed player.
One armed player called Manco Castro.
There's still never been a great one-armed player since, I don't think, in the World Cup.
He lost his arm when he was 12 years old
Wow.
with a machine, and his father always told him, "You can't be a football player. You are not gonna be a football player." But one armed Castro insisted, and well, he became like a national hero
And
for
that's
us.
that Gara, isn't it? That's that Gara.
That's also Garra Charrua.
That's pretty inspiring. I mean, my dad always said to me, you won't be a footballer, and he was right.
He was
He
right.
was
yeah.
really
Yeah,
inspired.
yeah.
Think you can win this World Cup?
I bet Uruguay will win.
Yeah, so great first day in Uruguay, really.
Yeah, he was, but we still haven't located the hotel yet.
Yeah. This is Plaza Independencia.
Well, the Independence Square.
That's what I said, yes.
It's lovely buildings.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, left here. Avenue 18th of July, yes. Which I think translates to 18th of July Avenue, so
Good work.
good this way. Okay. So yeah, luckily we do find the hotel.
Yeah, to be fair, more to do with luck than navigation.
Bit of both, I think.
Yeah, and well, let's have a lovely stroll
A
before
lovely,
nightcap.
peaceful stroll by the sea until we meet these guys who are making a hell of a racket.
It seems World Cup fever has started early.
Yeah, this is apparently how some Uruguayan fans do celebrate.
Well, jumping about like madman. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, it certainly knocks the England brass band into a cocked head.
Yeah, someone probably should knock them somewhere. Heading sort of takes the lead here, although both
Yeah.
of us basically get involved.
Yeah, no, I feel perfectly at home there. We came to learn, but now we're showing them. It never ends.
We didn't know when it was going to end.
We get a huge reception from the locals. Rightly so.
Deservedly so.
It's lucky we're just two natural dancers, just natural movers.
That was lucky.
Some people would have found that
Could
quite
have
a
been
sort of
embarrassing.
confronting situation, yeah. But we really nailed it.
We emerge with some of our dignity left. Next up, we continue our investigation of Uruguayan football
By sitting on
by
horses.
getting on a horse.
Go in search of the one person you have to meet to understand Uruguayan football. Luis Suarez!
Where is she? Is she now in Port Rio?
Yeah.
Henning and I are in Uruguay.
Yeah, South America there.
So far, we've learned about their enthusiasm for meat, and
Football.
we've been to the World Cup Stadium.
You look a right picture there, what's
It's day 2, breakfast time. We're always eating in this program.
Most important meal of the day.
Yeah. Certainly it's in the top 3 or 4.
It's a big one, isn't it? Yeah. That lunch yesterday was really something. Oh, my steak was the size of a laptop.
That was mad.
The whole day yesterday, it felt, unless I dreamed
It was
it,
amazing.
We went to the national stadium.
We went to the national stadium. I had hardly ever seen a grass pitch before. Because where I grew up, we play on ash.
Yeah, that's why Germans have struggled in the World Game.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, to find out a bit more about this Gara thing, this national characteristic, we're off to meet some cowboys.
Oh, I like cowboys. It's proper off-road stuff, this.
It certainly is. We are going to meet them by, well, for a start, heading deep into the Uruguayan countryside.
Oh, yes.
You like the countryside, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I love it.
In fact...
Ah, a green bird!
Yeah, Jesus, I didn't know what you'd seen there. It was indeed a green bird. That is the most excited I've seen you get.
Look, and then a red bird!
I've never seen you so animated as you have been with the birds we've seen today. A green bird and a red bird. Yet just a yellow bird now for the traffic light grand slam.
It is exciting times.
Finally, we settle down to the task and do a little bit of research into the link between the people we're going to meet and the indigenous Uruguayan tribe.
So research for you is opening a guidebook, right?
Yeah, as I say, research.
Gara comes from the native Charrua. They were the natives who occupied this neck of the woods when the Spanish conquistadors turned up. There were only 5,000 to 10,000 of them, but they saw off repeated attacks and ate most of the first Spaniards to set foot here.
Ate them? How do you cook them?
Wait, it doesn't say, but I
Does
assume
it?
you parboil them and then you probably have them in a pie, wouldn't you?
Is there any recipes in your tour guide?
Well, there's probably an appendix, yeah. Have you ever had person to eat?
So the Charrua were obviously fierce fighters and eaters of humans.
Should we not mention the cannibalism as a first gambit? Should we sort of let that come about naturally as a conversational thing? Or do you just want to go in and say, hey, you gonna eat us? Maybe that's the sort of self-effacing humour they like.
Well, so far we've eaten and we've talked, but now we'll have to do stuff.
This is the moment we've been dreading, doing something. Specifically, horse riding.
Oh dear. Yeah.
I haven't been on the back of a horse for 30 years, so...
I've never been on a horse.
well, in many ways, you're at an advantage today. I have lost all of what I've learned, but I've definitely kept, like, a deep terror.
Use your Gara, mate. Is there any chance we'll be eaten here?
And who would have thought there was anyone mad enough to try it?
Well, you say that, but we are meant to become gauchos. These are the sort of skills we have to have.
Yeah, well, I think I'm more of an armchair gaucho.
God, look at him go.
Yeah, like mad, and now they're closing in on it. Amazing.
See, this is what the Gara must mean. Even the Bulla's got Gara, yeah.
Yeah.
These guys are much more manly than us. Well, than you. I reckon I can nail this.
Hello, you must be Nicholas. Hello,
Yes.
I'm Henning.
Pleasure.
I was worried we wouldn't get someone handsome enough.
Okay. Have you ever ridden horse?
Not exactly. I've seen a horse. Whoa. But I've never been on one. Henning is pretty experienced.
Yeah, but 30 years ago, and then I fell off the horse 3 times in one lesson. And then I quit. Said, no, I've enough of that.
But it's hence the phrase, get back on the horse.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Just can't get on the
Yeah.
Okay.
Frankie Dettori, he usually
we're really
doesn't
close.
like because he's banned, but
Really close.
yeah.
This is embarrassing.
Come on, Mark.
I just can't. Right, okay. Got any lower horses? Maybe a pony or a dog?
No, this one is the lower we can get.
Right, this is as low as it. This is
Yeah.
as low as you go. Okay, give me it. Up. Oh my God. I'm on a horse. Help. I'm on a horse. I'm on a horse. Oh, here we go. I'm riding a horse.
He's riding a horse, he is.
You should kick harder.
Okay, come on, mate. Let's get cracking, Rosie. Oh, girl. Round we go. Okay,
Rose
and
is
go. And
quite
go.
confused.
Vamos.
There you go.
Vamos,
There you go.
Rosie. Yes, come on. This is like the derby. If in the derby there was a complete idiot. Oh, it still makes me nervous, that one.
Looking like a gaucho.
I feel like the horse is almost an extension of
With
me
this
now.
step, now you're ready to be a complete
really?
gaucho. Yes.
Really? I just hit Henning with it instead.
No,
Okay.
just the horse.
This is...
No, but down there.
Oh, yeah?
In the back.
Yeah, sorry, Rosie. A few teething problems here. Yeah,
There you
it
go.
works.
There you go.
Well, I'm going to get one of these for my kid. Have you ever seen a gaucho like me, Nicolas?
No, you are the best gaucho here in Uruguay.
Thank you. Make sure that goes on camera.
Now, Henning, it's your turn. Come.
Brilliant.
Great.
Oh, God blimey, Governor. And that's why I knocked it on the head 30 years ago. You hold on to that thing.
Henning, my favourite thing about you is the way you lapse into Cockney slang when you're nervous.
When things are going badly.
Oh, blimey, governor.
When things are going badly,
You immediately start talking like a barrow boy.
yeah.
I've got to hang off this now, and my pony Herbert and I were having a lovely time.
Now you turn really easy to this side.
I'm quite happy here. Are you
But
happy
you should-
here?
There you are. The horse has spoken there. So we've pretty much ridden like gauchos, and now it's time to try and eat like gauchos. You can probably guess what's on the menu.
Beef or pig?
Everything. Todo.
Judging from what you told me earlier, we're lucky it's not us on the
Is it
menu.
an advantage to eat this much meat? If we take Uruguay's meat away, for example,
It could be a good way to start
it will destroy your
winning the
team.
game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good tactic.
The gaucho tradition, we've heard the word garra a few times without really understanding what it means. So, chasing after a bull, is that garra?
It could be seen as garra also.
You think that the
or outright foolishness?
No. It's part of the garra charrua that you see also in soccer.
yeah? So you think the footballers draw on the kind of gaucho tradition, the gaucho spirit?
It could be seen as that. It could have initiated in the beginning with the gaucho.
And how has garra changed over the decades?
The garra means fighting to the last minute. You've seen many of our players in the minute number 85, 88, 89, and they're winning 2-0, and they are fighting for the ball as if we were losing.
You never
means-
stop. Yeah.
That means something. And
Yeah.
you've seen it in Liverpool now.
Oh, Suarez still chases the ball when the game's over. Yeah.
Yeah.
When everyone else,
Yeah.
he's still there when they go home. Yeah.
And you know, and you see his face, he's laughing. So he enjoys what he's doing.
Yeah.
He loves soccer.
It is true. Suarez grins all the way through the game.
Yes, he's
Sometimes you
laughing
think
all
you're
the
in
time.
England, try and look miserable.
And hopefully Suarez will look a bit less cheerful after England and Uruguay have met this summer.
2014,
Yeah.
for the third time.
Yeah.
Third time world champion.
Yeah.
Salud.
After this,
Because if I don't toast, then Uruguay will not win the World Cup.
So there you go. To emulate Uruguayan football success, basically you need to eat a lot of beef.
Yeah.
You never stop running.
No.
You get a big grin on
Big
your face
grin
the
on
whole
your
time,
face,
and you
yeah.
don't even necessarily need to have both your arms.
Sterling work, and now it's beach time.
Yeah, we've worked hard enough.
Yeah, okay.
We're off to Punta del Este, apparently Uruguay's most exclusive resort.
Just hope they let you on the beach dressed like that.
this is the life, isn't it?
What, changing in the car? Yes, I suppose it is.
Now look at this.
No, I don't put a pair of shorts on willingly, but this is something, I must say.
It really does remind me of Southend. It
That's
really
the only
does.
thing you can compare it to, yeah.
Look at the amount of paper.
I didn't imagine the beach would be sort of half the size of Uruguay. What I'm learning is South America is a large continent
It's bigger than one thing.
with quite a number of people living there, yeah. So after that insight, obviously we look for a game of football to join in with.
And we find one.
Find one quite easily. We also don't do a bad job at first.
No, looking very good there. Look, good skills.
Once they found out that I'm English, they hone in quite quickly on what is seen as our Achilles heel. See? Okay. It looks like we've been challenged to a penalty shootout.
Oh.
This is quite similar to England in the World Cup. The match itself is irrelevant. It goes straight to penalties.
Well, unsurprisingly, I put mine away.
The Germans will never lose in this situation.
And
It's
then,
my turn, yes.
Yeah, it's your turn. If I remember correctly, this is where it all went wrong for England in 1990, 96, 98, 2004, 2006, 2001.
Goal!
Oh,
Yeah. I'm as surprised as you are.
play
We
first.
should be very proud of ourselves.
Yeah.
We both scored our penalties. It all goes very well for the World Cup. There is obviously some differences from how the World Cup's going to be. And,
How different can it be?
well, I don't think it'll be played on sand, and also the matches won't go straight to penalties in quite that way.
So as the sun sets on Punta del Este, perhaps the sun is also setting on England's penalty hell. Or, yeah, some sort of metaphor like that.
Very good work, Mark.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah. Well, next we search for the current king of Uruguayan football, Luis Suarez.
But obviously he's in Liverpool, so we try and meet his mum instead.
Next best thing, that. Yeah, then we go head to head with Paulo Monteiro.
Yes, the former legend. Can Watson, the underdog, teach Montero a thing or two?
Very unlikely. Certainly not to do with football. Well, as some of you might remember, we're in Uruguay.
Yeah, South America.
Yeah, it's where the first World Cup took place.
It is, and we're now on the track of a living football legend, Luis
Suarez! Yes.
Scorer of many goals, recipient of quite a lot of red cards.
Yeah, and by on the track we mean he's not in the country.